What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Slave Assassin 11 here, and today I'm bringing you guys another gameplay commentary from Destiny using the, I believe it's called the Payment 4, or maybe it's like the Payment 6, some type of pulse rifle that I really enjoy using. I like it a lot because it has a staggering ability and it has third eye. Both of those are key factors, I believe, in excelling in PvP, just due to the fact that obviously you can aim down the sights, watch a wall, watch a doorway, watch whatever you need to watch, and wait for enemies to come around the corner and know that they're coming around the corner due to the fact that you have that third eye ability. Now, today is episode 1 of Guardian Academy. This is a new series that I would like to start. Just to tell you a little bit about the gameplay first, though, we are going to be camping pretty hard until we die. The reason for this is because we wanted to go for a flawless 2v2 game. Now, we're not the best 2v2 players in the world. We just started playing maybe just the last time, really, the rotation of 2v2 came up, and we started playing it, and we kind of lost a few times, and then we won a few games, and we decided to say, hey, why don't we try to go for a flawless game? How cool would that be? It would be pretty cool to get that done. So that's what we decided to do and decided to try out. I really think that it worked well for a while, but then they catch my buddy slipping, then they catch me slipping like immediately after, and then to be honest with you, these guys kind of caught back up to us and kind of made a comeback. So I will give them that. We were smashing them for a long time, and then they really made a good comeback. But anyways, so to introduce you to the Academy, this is going to be my new series called the Guardian Academy, and in this series we are going to be presenting you with all different tips and tricks on how to get better at the game. Now you may be wondering, as a new Destiny player, what do I offer and tips and tricks that you don't already know? And that's probably true. You probably do know a lot of these if you are a very experienced PvP player for Destiny. However, if you're a new player like me, this series is going to work great for you because it's going to allow you to find out these tips and tricks quicker than I did just by playing and learning. I didn't really know about any of the good YouTubers like Athalion and Dado or any of those big guys yet. So for me, I kind of just jumped into the game and started trying to excel in it. Now, I am a longtime Halo player, so this game is made by Bungie, and it's very, very similar to Halo in a lot of different senses. And so I made an easy transition into this type of sci-fi shooter. However, I do want to let it be known that I'm not the greatest player in the world. Neither of us are. We're just two new players that are trying to excel at this. But yes, this is going to be my new series. It's going to be a series based on tips and tricks and different little hints for the average player to become somewhat of an above average player. If you're an excellent world's best PvP player, I probably don't have anything to offer you. However, maybe you can pick up some tips and tricks, or even better, by watching my video and listening to my tips and tricks. Maybe you could leave a tips and tricks in the comment section for me to let me know how I can excel and make my game better, and maybe I'll use it in my next video if it's even that great of a tip. So anyways, that's going to be the series. I'm going to today break down a whole bunch of things. It's going to be kind of like the general, episode 1 is going to kind of be the general bang for your buck. And then every episode after that, I'm going to go into the subtopics of this main commentary and break down the little things that are inside of it. So also, I would like to let it be known that I am playing with my 2v2 partner, Zakun. You guys may notice him from my Halo, when we had the Halo Reach videos going up and the Halo 4 videos going up, as well as he's my Call of Duty partner in Black Ops 3. We're going to be running doubles, and we're going to be running a team on there of 4. So if you guys would like to be interested in getting the Black Ops, if you have Black Ops 3 pre-ordered for the PS3, let me know, because that's where we're going to be at. Obviously, that's where the exclusive is. That's where it's probably going to be running best on this year. That would only make sense because the PlayStation Championship is going to be ran on that. So the best version of Call of Duty Black Ops is going to be on the PlayStation. So we switched to PlayStation. We have our scuffs all ready to go, and we're going to, which by the way, with my scuff, I am going to be posting my unboxing video here soon. I got a pretty awesome scuff, not the greatest one in the world, but I really, really enjoy it, and I'm really pumped for it because Black Ops 3 is just going to be amazing. But anyways, not to talk about Call of Duty in a Destiny video. We want to talk Destiny here. So, that was the whole reason I got kind of stuck on that conversation, sorry, was because I was trying to introduce you to my buddy Zakun. He is my partner in these types of games. Pretty much any type of shooting game or anything Smite. He's always been my doubles partner, and he's always just been the guy that I always kind of played with. So, anyways, Episode 1 topic, we're going to be talking about kind of the overall sense of playing this game smart. Now, I know that's pretty generic, and I know that's not the greatest example of what I'm talking about. It's not the greatest, description of what I'm talking about. But I want you to play the game smart. As a new player, you're going to have a lot of trouble excelling in this game. This game is tough. So what I would recommend is that you need to play this game smart and don't play it in silly ways. So the first thing that I want to tell you about playing smart is watching the mini map. The mini map is so essential and so crucial in this game. It's ridiculous. Like, you absolutely need to use your mini map because players are always on it. As long as they're within inside the perimeter of your range, they will always be on your mini map. At least they'll have a line, and if that line, you'll see the line kind of around the sides of the map and the mini map. And when it's a line, you know that they're in that direction, but they're rather farther away. Well, whenever that line becomes a whole block, that's when you know they're in the room with you or they're really, really close to you, and that's when you need to start paying attention, which is what I earlier talked about Third Eye. That's what made Third Eye so great, is the fact that you can aim down the sights, and if someone's coming from behind you, that pops up on the radar, and you know that you need to turn around and look backwards instead of just kind of be caught out of position in a sense. So using the mini-map is probably the #1 most important thing in any type of shooting game, whether you're playing Call of Duty, Destiny, Battlefield. I'm not sure if Battlefield has a mini-map. But regardless, any type of shooting game, you're going to want to watch the mini-map because that's like, it's basically cheating. It's like, hey, look, the dude's over here. Look this way. Hurry, look this way before he shoots you. It's like you need to use that. That is your most important tool in all of shooting games that involve a mini-map. However, I did play Destiny once without a mini-map, and I think that was really cool. I think that the whole idea of like that hardcore no mini-map gameplay, I wish that was almost always there so you could catch people off guard. But I suppose the mini-map allows you to keep action fast-paced. It lets us know where people are, pushes us into those locations, and it actually does make it rather useful. So always watch your mini-map. I'd also like to talk about the fact that you should not rush when playing this game. Do not rush, because if you rush as a new player, you will be punished. And I found that out the hard way. Being a Halo player who rushed, being a Call of Duty player who rushed, pretty much rushing in every game that I played. When I started rushing in this game, people were just pooping all over me. It was ridiculous. Just hand cannons and thorns and red deaths and Galahorns, and they were just making me pay for every small mistake I made, which the #1 being running around way too much. I'd also like to talk about how you should not turn corners without assuming a sniper is watching it. Now, I've made this mistake lots of times where I'm running and I run around the corner and I instantly get headshotted by a sniper rifle because snipers are everywhere in this game. Snipers and shotguns, people love the special weapons in this game. So snipers are everywhere. You should be highly aware of where these people are located, and you should always expect one to be aiming down the hallway. Now, the best way to counter this for me has been to jump around the hallway, or maybe to have my own sniper rifle and do a quick peek in and out as fast as I can using a strafe technique, which doesn't always work because as long as they're watching down that hallway, they're probably still going to snipe you. But at least I guess that way you have an opportunity to snipe them if you're aiming down the sights as well. Also, I would like to say about the snipers is that the snipers in this game are super OP with final round, and it doesn't even matter if they get a headshot on you. If they're on their final round and you come around that corner and they shoot you in the foot, you are gone. So just always turn corners assuming that there is a sniper watching that corner. Also, aim for the head. I know this sounds like the most generic, obvious, self-explanatory concept ever, but seriously, headshots in this game are really powerful. Just like in Halo, headshot emphasis is the way to go. I believe in one of the recent Call of Duties, their headshot emphasis was like a 1 multiplier, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. Like, you did a little bit more damage, like a 1.2 multiplier or something goofy like that. Like, you did a little bit more damage, but it wasn't enough to really like say, hey, you should always aim for the head in Call of Duty. In fact, for me in Call of Duty, I kind of follow the real life idea of aim for the chest. That's the biggest target that you have available for you. Aim for the chest, and that's the easiest way to kill people. And I really don't think headshots in Call of Duty are that important unless you're going for like sniper montages and stuff. But in this game, headshots are everything. This could go from turning a kill from 8 shots to 4 shots, cutting your TTK time in half, essentially. Possibly. I mean, I don't really know if that's true for any of the guns, but that's just a generic example of how important headshots actually are in this game. I mean, I've gotten 3 bursts with my payment just by hitting them in the head, and typically, now that I have a red death, I can get 3 bursts with red death too, but that still goes to show that that payment is almost as good as the red death when it comes to time to kill. The only problem with the payment is the idea that it doesn't have the ability to heal me after I kill somebody. But red death also doesn't have third eye, so both of those have their pros and cons. It really depends on what heavy I want to use. If I'm going to use my Thunderlord heavy, then I'm probably going to be using my payment, and if I want to use more player-based killed things and I don't plan on picking up heavy ammo, then I'll definitely be using the red death. Another thing you're going to want to look for is gun choice. Now, I know this isn't also a very generic thing, but it actually makes impact on what you're going to be using. Whether you're going to be using a pulse rifle, a hand cannon, an auto rifle, a scout rifle, any of the above. you need to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. You know, so when you're playing a scout rifle, you're going to want to keep your distance away from people as far as you possibly can. You're not going to want to make that engagement up close because you're going to lose it. However, if you're using a hand cannon or an auto rifle, you're probably going to want to be, you know, up into the enemy, push up into their space, and kind of take over the show and be close to them, especially due to the fact that the auto rifle is getting a buff coming up, and it's going to buff the short to medium range on it. That's the time that you're going to want to play up close to people, wait around corners. Same thing goes with the special weapons. If you're going to be using a sniper rifle, you're going to want to keep your lines of sight long. And oh, by the way, and if you see that warlock that just like pooped on me from self-resing, always make sure you watch warlocks. Don't trust a warlock. As soon as he falls down, just know he's probably going to get back up. So don't trust that warlock. But anyways, you're going to want to, you know, if you're using a sniper rifle, you're going to want to keep that engagement sight very long. If you're using a shotgun, you're going to want to keep that engagement up and close and tight. So, you know, all those things are, or even a fusion rifle, same thing. You're probably going to want to be kind of closer, even though a fusion rifle does stretch out a little bit more depending on what fusion rifle you're using. I'm still not a big fan of it. I prefer the sniper rifle, except for if I really want to go for a win and I really want to be try-hard in like objective modes, always go shotgun. Just super OP, Party Crasher, or the Matador 64. Both of them are personal big-time favorites for me, and they're slayers. Especially the Matador. I like that a lot because I had the void damage on it, and that allowed me to get my Thorn much easier, since you got to get 500 damage or whatever with the Thorn to get the Thorn unlocked. That made it super, super easy for me by using a void shotgun. I highly recommend that if you guys are having that struggle. So this is basically what the Guardian Academy is going to be about. You've heard all the topics today. I know that I just barely touched on them, but that's the whole point of this very first one. I just kind of want to explain to you guys all the things that I'm going to be talking about. So for example, in the next video, it may be all about the mini-map. So I touched on it earlier, but maybe the next video will be all about the mini-map and how to excel in using the mini-map and the different ways that the mini-map is reading stuff to you, and get more into depth with that. Same thing with, like, you know, don't rush. I'll teach you how to jump around corners. I'll teach you how to engage the enemy without exposing yourself to the enemy in a way that will get you killed almost every time you try it. So we don't want to do that. And as well as, you know, all the different other subtopics, that's the stuff that I want to be bringing you guys in individual videos. This is just episode 1, so hopefully this is a nice little series that I'm going to be putting out there for you guys. I really think you're going to enjoy it, and I may even continue this series with Black Ops and things like that. I may continue the series into trying to give you guys tips and tricks on almost all games, because in reality this is kind of how my YouTube channel started, as more of like a tips and tricks channel, and it kind of, you know, swayed away. It was kind of like a tips and tricks, not like a hardcore Team Martin tips and tricks, but it was a tips and tricks for real players, guys who were your average Joe who just wanted to excel like some of the good YouTubers and stuff like that, because that's what I did. I started as a, you know, low guy and became much better at the game as the time went on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope to bring more to you guys, and I really appreciate all the support. I know that I've been kind of inactive over the last few years, and I really don't post. I haven't even hit my 100 videos yet. So I'm really inactive when it comes to YouTube, but I do enjoy making these videos every once in a while. I like sitting down and making them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Hope you guys have a good day. Have a great night, and peace.